I learn in this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina.
He is very near by this. He was not but 3 leagues off when I left him.
How many gentlemen have you lost in this action?
But few of any sort, and none of name.
I find here that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor on a young Florentine called Claudio.
He hath borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing in the figure of a lamb the feats of a lion.
I pray you, is Signor Mountanto returned from the wars, or no?
I know none of that name, lady.
What is he that you ask for, niece?
My cousin means Signor Benedict of Padua.
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as he ever was.
I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? But how many hath he killed? For indeed, I promise to eat all of his killing.
He hath done good service, and a good soldier too, lady.
And a good soldier to a lady. But what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, and a man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
It is so indeed. He is no less than a stuffed man.
You must not, madam, mistake my niece, for there is a kind of merry war betwixt Signor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
Who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother.
He is most often found in the company of the right noble Claudio.
Good Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease. He is sooner caught than the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. God help the noble Claudio. If you have caught the Benedict, it will cost him £1,000 ere he be cured.
I will hold friends with you, lady.
Do, good friend.
You will never run mad, niece.
No, not till a hot January.
Don Pedro is approached.
Good Signor Leonardo! You are come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Never come trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace.
I think this is your daughter.
Her mother hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, sir, that you asked her?
Signor Benedict, no.
If Signor Leonato be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulders for all Messina.
I wonder that you will still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What? My dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die while she has such meat food to feed it as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to Disdain if you come in her presence.
Then is courtesy a turncoat, but it is certain I am loved of all ladies, only you excepted. And I would I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women. They would else have been troubled with a pernicious suitor. I thank God in my cold blood I am of your humor for that. I had rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman or other shall skate a predestinate scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse, and 'twere such a face as yours were.
Well, you are a rare parrot teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue, and so good a continuer. But keep your way in God's name. I have done.
You always enter the jade's trick. I know you of old.
Signor Claudio and Signor Benedict, my dear friend Leonardo hath invited you all. I tell him we shall stay here at the least a month.
Let me bid you welcome, my lord. Please reconcile to the prince, your brother. I owe you all duty.
I thank you. I am not of many words, but I thank you.
Please, that your grace lead on.
Your hand, Leonardo. We will go in together.
Benedict, didst thou note the daughter of Signor Leonato?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not modest, young lady?
Do you question me as an honest man should do, for my simple true judgment? Or would you have me speak after my custom, as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, no. I pray thee, speak in sober judgment.
Why, in faith, methinks she is too low for high praise, too brown for fair praise, and too little for great praise. Only this commendation I can afford her, that were she other than she is, she were unhandsome, and being no other than as she is, I do not like her.
Thou thinkest I am in sport. I pray thee, tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, and the case to put it into. But speak you this with a sad brow.
In mine eye, she is the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. There's her cousin, were she not possessed with a fury, that sees her as much in beauty as the first of May doth the last of December. But you have no intent to turn husband, have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I had sworn the contrary. If Hero would be my wife.
Oh, is it come to this? Will I never see bachelor of 60 again?
What secret hath held you here, that you followed not to Leonato's?
He is in love. With who? With Hero, Leonato's short daughter.
Amen, if you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth, I speak my thought.
And, in faith, I spoke mine.
And by my two faiths and troth, my lord, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
That I neither feel how she should be loved, or know how she should be worthy, is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will die in it at this stake.
Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in the despite of love,
and never could maintain his part but in the force of his will.
That woman conceived me. I thank her. That she brought me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. But that I'll hang my bugle on an invisible baldric, all women shall pardon me. I will live a bachelor.
I shall see thee, ere I die, look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, not with love.
As time shall try, in time the savage bull doth bear the yoke.
The savage bull may, but if ever the sensible Benedict bear, pluck off the bull's horns, place them in my forehead. Let me be vilely painted with such great letters as they write, "Here is good horse to hire." Let them signify to my side, "Here you may see Benedict, the merry man."
Well, you temporize with the hours. In the meantime, good Signor Benedict, repair to Leonato's, commend me to him, and tell him I will not fail him a supper. For indeed, he hath made great preparations.
Examine your conscience. And so I leave you.
Hath Leonato any son, my lord?
No child but Hero, she's his only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudio?
Oh, my lord, when you went onward on this ended action, I looked on her with a soldier's eye that liked, but had a rougher task in hand than driving liking to the name of love. But now I am returned, and that war thoughts have left their places vacant. In their rooms come thronging, soft, and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young Hero is, saying I liked her ere I went to wars.
Thou wilt be like a lover presently, and tire the ear with a book of words. If thou dost love fair Hero, cherish it, and I will break with her and with her father, and she shall be thine. I know we shall have some revelling tonight. I will assume thy part in some disguise, and tell fair Hero that I am Claudio, and in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart, and take her hearing prisoner with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. Then after, to her father will I bring, and the conclusion is, she shall be thine. In practice, let us put it presently.
There is no measure in the occasion that breeds. Therefore, sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason.
When I have heard it, what blessing brings it? I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause, and smile at no man's jest. Eat when I have stomach, and wait on no man's leisure. Sleep when I am weary, and tend no man in his business. Laugh when I am merry, and claw no man in his humor.
But you must not make a full show of this till you may do it without atonement. You have as of late stood out against your brother, and he hath taken you newly into his grace. Where it is impossible you should take root, but by the fair weather that you make yourself.
I had rather be a canker in the hedge than a rose in his grace. In this, though I cannot be said to be a flattering honest man, it must not be denied I am a pain-dealing villain. If I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking. In the meantime, let me be that I am, seek not to alter. What news, Baraccio?
I can give you intelligence of an intended marriage.
Will this serve for any model to build mischief on?
Mary, it is your brother's right hand.
Who? The most exquisite Claudio.
Even he.
A proper squire. And who? And who? Which way looks he?
Mary on Hero, daughter and heir of Leonato.
How came you to this?
I heard it agreed upon that the prince should woo Hero for himself, and, having obtained her, give her to Count Claudio.
Come, come, let us thither. This may prove food to my displeasure. That young startup hath all glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him in any way, it shall bless me in every way. You are both sure and will assist me.
To the death, my lord.
Shall we go prove what's to be done?
We'll wait upon your lordship.
not Count John here at supper?
I saw him not. How tardily that gentleman looks. I can never see him, but I'm heartbroken now or after.
He is of a very melancholy disposition.
He were an excellent man that were made just in the midway between him and Benedict. The one is too like an image and says nothing, and the other too like my lady's eldest son, evermore tattling.
Then have Signor Benedict's tongue in Count John's mouth, and have Count John's melancholy in Signor Benedict's face.
With a good leg and a good foot, uncle, and money enough in his purse, such a man would win any woman in the world if he could get her goodwill.
By my troth, niece, thou wilt never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue.
Lord, I could not endure a husband with a beard on his face. I had rather lie in the woolen.
You may light on a husband that hath no beard.
What should I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman. He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man. He that is more than a youth is not for me, and he that is less than a man, I am not for him.
Well then, go you into hell.
No, but to the gate, and there will the devil meet me, like an old cuckold with horns on his head, and say, "Get you to heaven, Beatrice, get you to heaven. Here's no place for you maids." So deliver I at my apes, and away to St. Peter for the heavens. He shows me where the bachelor sits, and there live we as merry as the day is long. Well, niece, I trust you will be ruled by your father? Yes, faith, it is my cousin's duty to make curtsy and say, "Father, as it please you." But for all that, cousin, let him be a handsome fellow. Or else make another curtsy and say, "Father, as it please me."
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make men of some other metal than earth.
Daughter, remember what I told you. If the prince do solicit you in that kind, you know your answer.
The fault will be in the music, cousin, if you be not wooed in good time.
Cousin, you apprehend passing shrewdly.
I have a good eye, uncle. I can see a church by daylight.
The revelers are entering.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend?
So you walk softly, look sweetly, and say nothing. I am yours for the walk, and especially when I walk away.
Well, I would you did like me.
So would not I, for your own sake, for I have many ill qualities.
Which is one?
I say my prayers aloud.
I love thee the better. The hearers may cry amen.
God match me with a good dancer.
Amen.
God keep him out of my sight once the dance is done. Answer, clerk.
No more words. The clerk is answered.
I know you well enough. You are Signora Antonia.
At a word, I am not.
I know you by the waggling of your head.
At a word, I am not.
Come, come. Do you think I do not know you by your excellent wit? And virtue had itself. Go to, monk, for you are she. Graces will appear. And there's an end.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
No, you shall pardon me.
Nor will you not tell me who you are?
Not now.
That I was disdainful and that I had my good wit out of the 100 merry tales. Well, this was Signor Benedict that said so.
What's he?
I am sure you know him well enough.
Not I, believe me.
Has he never made you laugh?
I pray you, what is he?
Why, he is the prince's jester, a very dull fool. Only his gift is in devising impossible slanders. None but libertines delight in him, for he both pleaseth men and angers them, and then they laugh at him and beat him.
When I nail the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Do. We must follow the leaders.
In every good thing.
Nay, if they lead to any ill, I will leave them in the next turning.
Sure, my brother is amorous on her, and hath withdrawn her father to break with him about it.
And that is Claudio. I know him by his bearing.
Are you not Signor Benedict?
You know me well. I am he.
Signor, you are very near my brother in his love. I pray you, dissuade him from her. She is no equal to his birth.
How know you he loves her?
I heard him swear his affection.
So did I too. And he swore he would marry her tonight.
Come, let us to the banquet.
Thus answer I in the name of Benedict. Yet hear these ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so. The prince woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all other things, save in the office and affairs of love. This is an accident of hourly proof, which I mistrusted not. Farewell, therefore, hero.
Count Claudio?
Yea, the same.
Come, will you go with me?
Whither?
About your business. A fair hero?
I wish him joy of her.
But did you think the prince would have served you thus?
I pray you, leave me.
Ho! Now you strike like the blind man. 'Twas the boy that stole your meat, you'll beat the ghost.
If it will not be, I'll leave you.
Alas, poor hurt foul. But that my lady Beatrice should know me, and not know me. The prince's fool. Ha! I am not so reputed. It is the base, though bitter disposition of Beatrice that puts the world into her person, and so gives me out. Well, I'll be revenged as I may.
Now then, Signor, where's the Count?
Troth, my lord, I found him here as melancholy as a lodge in Warren. I told him, and I think I told him true, that your grace had got the goodwill of this young lady.
What? To be whipped? I'll teach him and restore her to the owner. The lady Beatrice hath the quarrel to you. The gentleman that danced with her told her she is much wronged by you.
Oh, she misused me past the endurance of a block. She told me, not thinking I'd been myself, that I was the prince's jester, that I was duller than a great thaw, huddling jest upon jest with such impossible conveyance upon me, that I stood there, like a man at the mark, with the whole army shooting at me. She speaks ponders, and every word stabs. If her breath were as terrible as her terminations, there were no living near her. She would infect the North Star. And so, all disquiet, horror, and perturbation follows her.
Look, here she comes.
Oh, will your grace command me any service to the world's end? I will go on the slightest errand now to the antipodes that you can devise to send me on. I will fetch a toothpicker from the furthest end of Asia, do any embassage to the pygmies, rather than hold 3 words conflict with this harpy. You have no employment for me.
None, but to desire your good company.
Oh God, sir, here's a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Come, ladies, come. You have lost the heart of Signor Benedict.
Indeed, my lord. He lent it me a while, and I gave him use for it. A double heart for his single one. Marry, once before he won it of me with false dice. Therefore your grace may well say I have lost it.
You have put him down, lady. You have put him down.
So I would not he should do me, lest I should prove the mother of fools. I have brought Count Claudio, whom you sent me to see.
Why, how now, Count? Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then? Sick?
Neither, my lord.
The Count is neither sad, nor sick, nor merry, nor well, but civil, Count, civil as an orange, and something of that jealous complexion.
And faithfully, I think your blazing to be true, though I'll be sworn if it be so, his conceit is false. Here, Claudio, I wound in my name, and fair hero is one. I have broke with her father, and his goodwill obtained. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
Count, take of me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace hath made the match, and all grace say amen to it.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours.
Speak, cousin, or if you cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss, and let him not speak neither.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Yea, my lord, I thank it, poor fool. It keeps on the windy side of care. My cousin tells him in his ear that he is in the heart.
And so she doth, cousin.
Good lord for alliance. Thus goes everyone to the world but I, and I am sunburnt. I may sit in a corner and cry hey-ho for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I had rather have one of your father's getting. Hath your grace ne'er a brother like you? Your father got excellent husbands if a maid could come by them.
Will you have me, lady?
No, my lord. Unless I may have another for working days. Your grace is too costly for me to wear every day. But I beseech your grace, pardon me. I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
Your silence most offends me. And to be merry best becomes you, for, out of question, you were born in a merry hour.
No, sure, my lord. My mother cried. But then there was a star danced, and under that I was born. Cousins, God give you joy.
By my troth, a pleasant-spirited lady.
There's little of the melancholy element in her, my lord, for she's never sad but when she sleeps, and not ever sad then. For I've heard my daughter say she hath often dreamed of unhappiness, and waked herself with laughing.
She cannot endure to hear tell of the husband.
Oh, by no means.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
Oh, Lord, my Lord, if they were but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
Claudio, when mean you to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord.
Not till Monday, my dear son, which is a hence just 7 nights, and a time too brief, too, to have all things answer my mind.
I warrant thee, Claudio, the time will not go dully by us. I will, in the interim, undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Signor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection, the one with the other. I would fain have them matched, and I doubt not but to fashion it, if you three will but minister such assistance as I give you direction.
My lord, I am for you, though it cost me 10 nights' watchings.
And I, my lord.
And you too, gentle hero?
I will do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods. Go in with me, and I will tell you my drift.
Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonardo. Any bar, any cross, any impediment is medicinable to me. I am sick with displeasure to him. And whatsoever comes athwart, his affection ranges evenly with mine. How canst thou cross this marriage?
I think I told your lordship a year since how much I'm in favor of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman to Hero. I can, at any unseasonable instant of the night, appoint her to look out at her mistress's chamber window.
And what proof shall I make of that?
Proof enough to misuse the prince, to vex Claudio, to undo Hero, and kill Leonato. Look you for any other issue?
Only to despite them. I will endeavor anything.
Go then. Find me a meet hour to draw Don Pedro and Count Claudio alone. Tell them that you know that Hero loves me. They will scarcely believe this without trial. Offer them instances which shall prove no less likelihood than to see me at her mistress's chamber window. Hear me call Margaret Hero. Hear Margaret term me Claudio, and bring them to see this very night before the intended wedding. For I will so fashion the matter that Hero will be absent, and there shall appear such seeming truth of Hero's loyalty that jealousy shall be called assurance, and all of the preparation overthrown.
I will put it into practice. Be cunning in working this. And thy fee is 1,000 ducats.
Be you constant in thy accusation. My cunning shall not shame it.
I will presently go learn the day of their marriage.
Girl,
Senor?
in my chamber window lies a book. Bring it hither to me in the orchard.
I'm here already, sir.
I know that, and I would have the hints in here again. I do much wonder that one man, when he sees how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. In such a man is Claudio. I have known when there was no music with him but the drum and the fife, and now he'd rather the tabor and the pipe. I have known when he would walk 10 miles afoot to see a good armor. Now he'll lie 10 nights awake, carving the fashion for a new doublet. He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier. Now he's turned to orthography. His words are such a very fantastical banquet. So many strange dishes. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. But I will not be sworn, for love may transform me to an oyster. But I'll take an oath on it. Until he hath made me an oyster, he will never make me such a fool. For one woman is fair, yet I am well. Another wise, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman shall come not in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise or none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheat on her. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Mild, or come not near me. Noble, or not I for an angel. Of good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair shall be of what color it please God. Ha! Here comes a prince in misty love. I'll hide me in the armor.
See you where Benedict hath hid himself?
Oh, very well, my lord.
Come, Balthazar, we'll hear that song again.
Now divine air, now is his soul ravished. Is it not strange that sheep's guts should hail souls out of men's bodies?
Sigh no more, ladies! Sigh no more! Men were deceivers ever, one foot in sea and one on shore, to one thing constant ever, then sigh not so, and let them go, and be you blind and bonny, converting all your sounds of woes into hey, naughty, naughty. Sing no more ditties, sing no more. La, 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 la. The front of man was ever so, since summer first was leafy, then sigh not so, and let them go, and be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey, naughty, naughty. A good song. And an ill singer, Mike.
No, wait. Thou singest well enough. 4 shifts.
And he had been a dog that should have howled thus. They would have hanged him.
Come into Leonardo. What was it you told me of today? That your niece Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict?
I did never think that lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I neither. But most wonderful that she should so dote on Signor Benedict, whom she hath in all outward behaviors seemed ever to abhor.
Is it possible?
Maybe she doth but counterfeits.
Faith, like enough.
Oh God, counterfeit! There was never counterfeit of passion come so near the life of passion as she discovers it.
Why, what effects of passion shows she?
Baits the hook well. This fish will bite.
Why, what affects my lord? She will sit you. You heard my daughter tell you how.
She did indeed. How, pray you? Why, you amaze me! I would have thought her spirit invincible against all assaults of affection.
I should think it's a goal, but that the white-bearded fellow speaks it.
Hath she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and swear she never will. That's her torment.
To what end? He would make but a sport of it and torment the poor lady worse.
And he should, it were an alms to hang him. She is an excellent sweet lady, and out of all suspicion, she is virtuous.
And she is exceeding wise.
In all things but in loving Benedict.
I am sorry for her, as I have just cause, being her uncle and her guardian.
I pray you, tell Benedict of it, and he will say.
Words good, think you?
Hero thinks surely she will die. For she says she will die if he love her not, and she will die ere she make her love known, and she will die if he woo her, rather than she will abate one breath of her accustomed process.
I love Benedict well, and I could wish he would modestly examine himself to see how he is unworthy so good a lady.
My lords, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
If he do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
Let us send Beatrice to call him into dinner.
This can be no trick. The conference was sadly bored. They have the truth of this from Hero. Love me. Why? It must be requited. I hear I am censored. They say I'll bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. They say, too, that she would rather die than show any sign of affection. I did not think to marry. I must not seem proud. Happy are they that hear the detractions and can put them to mending. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis the truth. I can bear them witness. And virtuous. 'Tis so. I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for loving me. Why? By my troth, it is no addition to her wit, nor no great argument of her folly. For I will be horribly in love with her. I may chance have some odd courts and remnants of wit broken on me, since I have railed so long against marriage. But doth not the appetite alter? A man loves the meat of his youth. He cannot endure in his age. Shall quips and sentences, these paper bullets of the brain, man with the career of his humor? No. The world must be peopled. When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I should live till I were married. Here comes Beatrice. By this day, she's a fair lady. Have you spied some marks of love in her?
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come in to dinner.
Very interesting. I thank you for your pains.
I took
tells you then, in the message,
Yea, just so much as you may take upon a knife's point and choke a daw withal. You have no stomach, senor? Fare you well.
ha! Against my will, I am sent to bid you come in to dinner. There is a double meaning in that.
Good, Margaret. Then leave the parlor and tell Beatrice that you overheard Ursula and I walking in the orchard and talking all of her.
I will make her come presently.
Now, Ursula, when Beatrice doth come, as we do trace this alley up and down, our talk must only be of Benedict. When I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him more than ever man did merit. My talk to thee must be of how Benedict is sick in love with Beatrice. Of this matter is little Cupid's crafty arrow made that only wounds by usage.
But are you sure that Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the prince, and my new betrothed lord.
And did they bid you tell her of it, madam?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them, if they love Benedict, to wish him rest of his affection, and never to let Beatrice know of it.
Why did you so?
Oh, God of love, I know he doth deserve as much as may be yield to a man. But nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice. Disdain and scorn, right sparkling in her eyes, misprizing what they look like. And her wit values itself so highly that to her all matter else seems weak. She cannot love.
Sure, I think so.
Therefore, let Benedict, like covered fire, consume away in sighs, waste inwardly. Were better death than die with mocks, which is as bad as die with tickling.
Yet tell her of it. Hear what she will say.
No! Rather, I will go to Benedict and counsel him to fight against his passion.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be so much without true judgment, having so swift and excellent a wit as she is prized to have, as to refuse so rare a gentleman as Signor Benedict.
He is the only man of Italy, always accepted. My dear Claudio.
When are you married, madam?
Why, every day. Tomorrow. Come away now.
She is blind, I warn you. We have caught her.
If it proves so, then loving goes by halves. Some Cupid kill with arrows, some with traps.
What fire is in mine ears? Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt, farewell, and maiden pride adieu. No glory lives behind the back of such. And Benedict, love on. I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. If thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it better than reporting thee.
Gentlemen, I will only be bold with Benedict for his company, for from the crown of his head to the sole of his foot, he is all mirth. He hath twice or thrice cut Cupid's bowstring, and the little hangman dare not shoot at him anymore.
Gallant, I am not as I have been. I hope he be in love. I have the toothache. Draw it, hang it.
What? Sigh for the toothache, and yet say I.
He is in love. If he be not in love with some woman, there's no believing old signs. And brushes his hat o' mornings, what should that bode?
Hath any man seen him at the barber's?
No, but the barber's man has been seen with him.
Indeed, he looks younger than he did by the loss of a beard.
Indeed, that tells a heavy tale for him. Conclude he is in love.
Yet is this no charm for the toothache? Signor Leonato, walk aside with me. I have studied 8 or 9 wise words which these hobby horses must not hear.
By my troth to break with him about Beatrice.
'Tis even so.
Lord and brother, God save
Good den, brother.
you. If your leisure served, I would speak with you.
What's the matter?
Means your lordship to be married tomorrow.
You know he does.
I know not that, when you know what I know.
If there be any impediment, discover it.
Came hither to tell you, the circumstance is shortened. She's been too long a talking of. The lady is disloyal.
Who? Hero?
Even she, Leonardo's hero? Your hero? Every man's hero?
Disloyal?
Wonder not till further warrant. Go with me tonight, you shall see her chamber window entered even the night before her wedding day. If you love her, then tomorrow wed her. But it would better fit your honor to change your mind.
May this be so?
I will not think it.
I will disparage her no further, till you are my witness. If you dare not trust that you see, confess not that you know. If you will go with me, I will show you enough. When you have seen more and heard more, Proceed accordingly.
If I see anything tonight, why I should not marry her tomorrow in the congregation where I should wed, there will I shame her.
And as I wooed for thee to obtain her, I will join with thee to disgrace her.
Marriage coldly till midnight. Let the issue show itself.
O day untowardly turned,
O mischief strangely thwarting,
O plague, right well prevented. So shall you say when you have seen the sea.
Are you good then, and true?
Yea, or else it were a pity that they should suffer salvation, body and soul.
Nay, that were punishment too good for them, if they should have any allegiance in them, being chosen for the prince's watch.
Well, give them their charge, neighbor Dogberry.
First, who think you the most desertless man be constable?
Hugh Oaknick, sir, or George Seacole, or they can write in.
Come hither, neighbor Seacole. God hath blessed you with a good name, and to be a well-favored man is a gift of fortune, but write and read comes with nature.
Both which, Master Constable?
You have. I knew that would be your answer. For your favor, sir, why, give God thanks. This is your charge. You're to bid any man stand in the prince's name.
How if we will not stand?
Why then, take no note of him, but let him go, and presently call the rest of the watch together, and thank God you're rid of a name.
If he will not stand when he is bidden, he is not the prince's subjects.
'Tis true, and they are to meddle with none but the prince's subjects. You must also make no noise in the streets.
We will rather sleep than talk.
Why, you speak like ancient and most quiet watchmen, for I cannot see how sleeping should offend. If you meet a thief, you may suspect him, by virtue of your office, to be no true man. And for such kind of men, the less you meddle or make with them, why, the more is for your honesty.
You've always been called a merciful man, partner.
'Tis true, I would not hang a dog by my will, much less a man who hath any honesty in him.
If you hear a child cry in the night, you must call to the nurse and bid her still it.
How if the nurse be asleep and will not hear us?
Why then, depart in peace, and let the child wake her with crying.
'Tis very true.
Well, masters, good night. If any matter of way chances, call at me. Come, neighbor.
Well, masters, we hear our charge. Come, let us sit here on the church bench until 2, and then all to bed.
One more word, masters. I pray you watch about Signor Leonato's door, for the wedding being there tomorrow, there's a great coil tonight. Adieu. Be vigilant, I beseech you.
What? Conrad!
Start
Conrad, I say!
Here, ma'am, I'm out thy elbow.
Mass, my elbow itched. I thought their scab would follow.
I will owe thee an answer for that. Now forward with thy tale.
Stand thee close then, under this penthouse, for it drizzles rain. And then I will, like a true drunkard, utter unto thee.
So cheesy that you can't stand close.
Therefore know that I have earned of Don John 1,000 ducats.
Should any villainy be so dear?
Thou should rather ask if it were possible any villainy be so rich.
I wonder at it.
Tush! I may as well say the fool's a fool. But seest thou not what a deformed thief this fashion is?
I know that before. It's been a vile thing for 7 years. I goes up and down with a gentleman. I remember his name.
Did thou not hear somebody?
No, 'twas the man on the house.
But know that I have tonight wooed Margaret, the Lady Hero's gentlewoman, by the name of Hero. She leans me out at her mistress's chamber window, bids me 1,000 times good night. I tell this tale violent, but first I should tell thee how the prince, Claudio, and my master, planted and placed and possessed by my master Don John, saw afar off in the orchard this amiable encounter.
And they thought Margaret was hero.
2 of them did, the prince and Claudio, but the devil, my master, knew she was Margaret. Hardly by his oaths, which first possessed them, hardly died by the dark night, which did deceive them, but chiefly by my villainy, which did confirm any slander that Don John had made. Away went Claudio, enraged, swore he would meet her as he was appointed the next morning at the temple, and there, before the whole congregation, shame her with what he saw overnight and send her home again without a husband.
We're charging. What's his name stand?
Hold up the right, Master Constable. We have here recovered the most dangerous piece of lechery that ever was known in the Commonwealth.
And one deformed is one of them. I know him as a law.
Master.
You be made. Bring the forms forth, I warrant you.
Master.
Never speak. We charge you. Let us obey you to go with us.
We are likely to prove a goodly commodity, being taken up of these men's bells.
Upon the question, I warrant you. Come, we'll obey you.
Good, Ursula. Wake my cousin Beatrice and desire her to rise and come hither.
I will, lady. Troth, I think your other rabato were better.
No. Pray thee, good man, I'll wear this.
By my troth is not so good, and I warrant your cousin will say so.
My cousin's a fool, and thou art another. I'll wear none but this.
I like the new tire within excellently. If the hair were a thought browner, and your gown is a most rare fashion, I think I saw the Duchess of Milan's gown that they praise so.
Oh, that exceeds, they say.
By my troth is but a nightgown in respect of yours, cloth of gold, cuts, laced with silver, set with pearls, down sleeves, side sleeves, skirts round underborne with a bluish tinsel for a fine, quaint, graceful, and excellent fashion. Yours is worth 10 on it.
God give me joy to wear it, for my heart is exceeding heavy.
It will be heavier soon by the weight of a man.
Fie upon thee, art not ashamed.
Of what, lady? Of speaking honorably? Is not marriage honorable in a beggar? Is not your lord honorable without marriage? Is there any harm in the heavier for a husband? None, I think. And if it be the right husband and the right wife, otherwise 'tis light and not heavy. Ask my lady Beatrice, else here she comes.
Good morrow, coz.
Good morrow, sweet hero.
Why, how now? Do you speak in the sick tune?
I am out of all other tune, methinks. Claps into lighter love. That goes without a burden. Do you sing it and I'll dance it? Ye light of love with your heels, then if your husband have stables enough, you shall see he shall lack no barns. Oh, illegitimate construction. I scorn that with my heels. It's almost 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time you were ready. By my troth, I'm exceeding ill. Hey-ho. For a hawk, a horse, or a husband. For the letter that begins them all, H. Well, and you be not turned her. There's no more sailing by the star. What means the fool, trow? Nothing, but God send everyone their heart's desire.
These gloves the Count sent me. They're an excellent perfume.
I am stuffed, cousin. I cannot smell. A maid and stuffed, there's goodly catching of a cold. Oh, God help me. God help me. How long have you professed apprehension? Even since you left it. Doth not my wit become me rarely? It is not seen enough. You should wear it in your cap. By my troth, I'm sick. Get you some of this distilled Cardus Benedictus. And lay it in your heart. It's the only thing for a qualm.
There, thou prickest her with a thistle.
Benedictus, why Benedictus? You have some moral in this Benedictus. Moral? No, by my troth, I have no moral meaning. I meant plain holy thistle. You may think, perchance, I think you are in love. Yet, Benedict was such another, and now he's become a man. He swore he would never marry, and yet now, in despite of his heart, he eats his meat without grudging. And how you may be converted, I know not, but he thinks you look with your eyes as other women do. What pace is this that thy tongue keeps? Not a false gallop.
Madam, withdraw. The prince, the count, Signor Benedict, and all the gallants of the town are come to fetch you to church.
Help to dress me, good coz, good Meg, good Ursula.
What would you with me, honest neighbor?
Marry, sir, I would have some confidence with you which discerns you nearly.
Brief, I pray you, for you see, it is a busy time with me.
Mary, this is it, sir.
Yes, in truth, it is, sir.
What is it, good friend?
Good man Virgie, sir, speaks a little off the matter. He's a good old man, sir, and his wits are not so blunt as, God help, I would they were.
Yes, I thank God I am as honest as any man living that is an old man, and no honester than I.
Comparisons are odorous. A la ras, neighbor Virgies.
Neighbors, you are tedious.
It pleases your worship to say so, but we are the poor duke's officers, and yet, for mine own part, if I were as tedious as a king, I could find it in my heart to bestow it all upon your worship.
All thy tediousness on me?
Yea, and 1,000 pounds more than his, for I have heard a good exclamation on your worship as of any man in the city, and I, being but a poor man, am glad to hear it.
And so am I.
I would fain know what you have to say.
Marry, sir, our watch tonight, accepting your worship's presence, have taken a couple of as errant knaves as any in Messina.
He is a good old man, sir, and he will go talking. As they say, when the age is in, the wit is out. God help us, it's a world to see. Well said, in faith, neighbor Virgies. But, as they say, when two men ride a horse, one must ride behind. In faith, sir, by my troth, as honest as any man to ever break bread. But God is to be worshipped, not all men are alike. Alas, good neighbor.
Indeed, neighbor, he comes too short of you.
Gifts that God gives.
I must leave you.
One word, sir. Our watch has indeed comprehended two auspicious persons, and we would have them this morning examined before your worship.
Take their examination yourself and bring it me, for I am now in great haste, as it may appear unto you.
It shall be suffocance.
Drink some wine ere you go. Very well.
My lord, they stay for you to give your daughter to her husband.
I'll wait upon them. I am ready.
Go, good neighbor, go. Get you to Francis Sequel. Bid him bring his pen and inkhorn to the jail. We are now to examination these men.
And we must do it wisely.
Yea, we will spare no wit, I warrant thee, and we shall do as shall drive some of them to a non-come. But get you to the learned writer, and bid him set down our excommunication, and meet me at the jail.
You come hither, my lord, to marry this lady.
Nope. To be married to her, friar. You come to marry her.
Lady, you come hither to be married to this count.
I do.
If either of you know any inward impediment why you should not be conjoined, charge you on your souls to utter it. Know you any, hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any, count?
I dare make his answer. None.
Stand thee by, friar.
Father,
will you with free and unconstrained soul give me this maid, your daughter?
As freely, son, as God did give her me.
And what have I to give you back, whose worth may counterpoise this rich and precious gift?
Nothing, unless you render her again.
Sweet prince, you learn me noble thankfulness. There, Leonato, take her back again. Give not this rotten orange to your friend. She's but the sign and semblance of her honor.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married, not to knit my soul to an approved wanting. You seem to me as Diane in her orb, as chaste as is the bud ere it be blown. But you are more intemperate in your blood than Venus or those pampered animals that rage in savage sensuality.
Is my lord well, that he doth speak so wide?
Sweet prince, why not speak you?
What should I speak? I stand dishonored to have gone about to link my dear friend to a common snare.
This looks not like a nuptial.
Oh, God!
Leonato, stand I here? Is this the prince? Is this the prince's brother? Is this fate's heroes? Are our eyes our own?
All this is so, but what of this, my lord?
Let me but move one question, dear daughter. What man was he talked with you yesternight, out at your window betwixt 12 and 1?
I talked with no man at that hour, my lord.
Why, then you are no maiden. Leonato, I'm sorry you must hear this. Upon mine honor, myself, my brother, and this grieved count did see her, hear her at that hour last night, talking with the ruffian at her chamber window, who hath indeed, most like a liberal villain, confessed the vile encounters they have had 1,000 times in secret.
Fie, they are not to be named, my lord, not to be spoken of.
Oh, hero, what a hero hadst thou been, if half thy outward graces had been placed about thy thoughts and counsels of thy heart. But fare thee well, most foul, most fair.
Hath no man's dagger here a point for me?
No! We're forcing you down!
Come, these things come thus too light. Smother her spirits up.
How doth the lady?
Dead, I think. Hero! Why, hero! Oh, Signor Benedict Friar!
O fate, take not away thy heavy hand. Death is the fairest cover for her shame that may be wished for.
Come now, cousin hero.
Have comfort, lady.
Why doth not every earthly thing cry shame upon her? Can she here deny the story that is printed in her blood? Oh, do not live, hero. Do not open thine eyes, for did I think thou wouldst not quickly die. Thought I thy spirits were stronger than thy shames. Myself would, on the rearward of reproaches, strike at thy life. Why, she is fallen into a pit of ink that the wide sea hath dropped too few to wash her clean again, and salt too little which may season give to her foul, tainted flesh.
Sir, be patient. For my part, I am so attired in wonder, I know not what to say.
Oh, on my soul, my cousin is belied.
Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
No, truly not. Although until last night I have this 12-month been her bedfellow.
Confirmed. Would the two princes lie, and Claudio lie? Hence from her, let her die.
Hear me a little, for I've only been silent so long, and given way to this course of fortune,
Call me a fool. 'Twas not my readings nor my observations. If this, which with experimental zeal doth warrant the tenor of my book. 'Twas not my age, counsel, reverence, nor divinity. If this sweet lady lie not guiltless here, under some biting error. Lady, what man is he you are accused of?
They know that to accuse me, I know none.
There is some strange misprision in the princes.
2 of them have the very bent of honor, and if their wisdoms be misled in this, the practice of it lies in John, the bastard.
If they thus wrong her honor, the proudest of them shall well hear of it.
Pause a while, and let my counsel sway you in this case. Your daughter here the princes left for dead. Let her while be secretly kept in, and publish it that she is dead indeed.
What will this do?
Her dying, as it must so be maintained, upon the instant that she was accused, shall be lamented, pitied, and excused at every hearer. So will it fare with Claudio. When he shall hear that she died upon his words, the very idea of her life shall sweetly creep into his study of imagination, and every lovely organ of her life shall come apparelled in more precious habit than when she lived indeed. Then shall he mourn, in which she had not so accused her.
Signor Leonardo, let the friar advise you.
Being that I flow in grief, the smallest twine may lead me.
'Tis well consented. Presently away, for the strange sores strangely they strain to cure. Come, lady. Die to live this wedding day. Perhaps it's but prolonged. Have patience and endure.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason. I do it freely.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin is wrong.
Ah, how much might the man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there any way to show such friendship?
A very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in the world so well as you. Is that not strange?
As strange as the thing I know not. It were as possible for me to say I love nothing so well as you. But believe me not, and yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I am sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me, and make him eat it that says, I love not you.
Will you not eat your word?
With no sauce that can be devised to it. I protest I love thee.
Why, then God forgive me.
What offense, Beatrice?
You have stayed me in a happy hour. I was about to protest I loved you.
And do it with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart that none is left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Not for the wide world.
You kill me to deny it. Very well.
Tarry, sweet Beatrice.
I am gone, though I am here. There is no love in you. May I pray you let me go.
Beatrice.
In faith I will go.
We'll be friends first.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemy.
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved in the height of whom? That have slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman. Oh God, that ever man. What, bear her in hand until they come to take hands. And then with public accusation, uncovered slander, unmitigated rancor, oh God, that I were a man, I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
Nay, but Beatrice.
Sweet hero, she is wronged, she is slandered, she is undone.
Beatrice,
Thank God that I were a man for his sake, or that I had any friend who would be a man for my sake. But manhood is melted into courtesies, valor into compliment, and men are only turned into tongue, and trim ones too. He is now as valiant as Hercules that only tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man wishing. Therefore I will die a woman grieving.
tarry, good Beatrice. By this hand I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul that Count Claudio hath wronged Hero.
Yea, as sure as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough. I am engaged. I will challenge him. I will kiss your hand, and so I leave you. By this hand, Claudio shall render me a dear account. As you hear of me, so think of me. Go, comfort your cousin. I must say she is dead, and so, farewell.
Is our whole assembly appeared?
Oh, a stool and a cushion for the sexton.
Which be the malefactors?
Marry, that am I and my partner.
Nay, that's certain. We have the exhibition to examine.
But which are the offenders that are to be examined?
What is your name, friend?
Braccio.
Pray write down Baracchio. And yours, madame?
I'm a gentleman, sir, and my name is Conrad.
Pray write down Master Gentlewoman Conrad. Masters, it is proved already that you're a little better than false names. How answer you for yourselves?
Marry, sir, we say we are none.
A marvelously witty fellow, I assure you. A word in your ear, sir. It is said that you are false names.
Sir, I say to you, we are none.
Have you writ down that there are none?
Master Constable, you go not the way to examine. You must call forth the watch that are their accusers.
Let the watch come forth.
This man said that Don John, the prince's brother, was a villain.
Pray write down Prince John, a villain. This is flat perjury to call a prince's brother villain.
Master Constable!
I pray thee, fellow, peace. I like not thy luck, I promise thee.
Say else.
Mary, he had received 1,000 ducats of Don John for accusing the lady he wrote wrongfully.
This is flat burglary as has ever been committed.
Yea, by the mass, that it is.
What else? And that Count Claudio did mean upon his word to disgrace Hero before the whole assembly and not marry her.
O thou villain, thou shalt be condemned into everlasting redemption for this.
This is all. Prince John is this morning secretly stolen away. Hero was in this manner accused, and in this very manner refused, and upon the grief of this, suddenly died. Master Constable, let these men be found and brought to Leonatos. I will go before and show him their examination.
Come, let them be opinions.
Let them be in the hands.
Off, Costco!
Gods, my life. Where is the sexton? Let her write down the prince's officer coxcomb. Finally, thou naughty varlet.
Away, you're an ass! You're an ass!
Dost thou not suspect my place? Dost thou not suspect my years? Oh, that I had been writ down an ass, and yet remembered that I am an ass, and would not be writ down. And yet remember that I am an ass. Know thou, villain, thou art full of piety, of being proved upon you by good witness. I am a wise fellow, and what is more, an officer, and what is more, a household, and what is more, a pretty a piece of flesh as any in Messina. And one that those the law go to, and a rich fellow enough go to. Bring them away. Oh, that I had been writ down and asked.
If you go on thus, you will kill yourself. It is not wisdom thus to second grief against yourself.
I pray thee, cease thy counsel. Bring me a father that so loved his child, whose joy of her is overwhelmed like mine, and bid him speak of patience. But, sister, there is no such man, for men can speak counsel and comfort to that grief which they themselves not feel, but in tasting it, their counsel turns to passion. Therefore give me no counsel. My griefs cry louder than advertisement.
Therein do men from children nothing differ.
I pray thee, peace. I will be flesh and blood, for there was never yet a philosopher that could endure the toothache patiently.
Yet bid not all the harm upon yourself. Make those that do offend you suffer too.
There thou speakest reason. Nay, I will do so. My soul doth tell me Hero is belied, and that shall Claudio know, and so shall the prince, and all of them that thus dishonor her.
Here comes the prince and Claudio, hastily.
Good day, good day. Good day to both of you.
Hear you, my lords.
We have some haste, Leonardo.
Some haste, my lord. Well, fare you well. Are you so hasty now? Well, all is one.
Nay, do not quarrel with us, good old man.
If he could right himself with quarreling, then some of us would lie low.
Who wrongs him?
Nay, I say thou dost wrong me, thou disassembler, thou Nay, never lay thy hand upon thy sword. I fear thee not.
Marry, beshrew my hand if it should give your age such cause of fear. In faith, my hand meant nothing to my sword.
Tush, tush, never flee or jest at me, for I speak not like a dotard nor a fool. I say, thou hast belied mine innocent child. Thy slander hath gone through and through her heart, and she lies buried with her ancestors. Oh, in a tomb where never scandal slept. Save this of hers, framed by thy villainy.
My villainy?
Thine, Claudio, thine, I say.
You say not right, old man.
I'll prove it on his body, if he dare.
Away! I will not have to do with you.
Canst thou so daft me, boy? I say thou hast killed mine child. If thou killest me, boy, thou shalt kill a man.
He shall kill two of us, and people indeed. But that's no matter, let him kill one first. Come, follow me, boy. Come, sir boy, come follow me. Sir boy, I'll give you nay, as I am a gentlewoman, I will.
Sister.
And hint yourself. God knows I loved my niece, and she is dead. By the dare as well answer a man indeed. As I dare take a serpent by the tongue. Boys, eggs, braggers, jacks, it's no matter. Do not you meddle. Let me do it.
Gentlemen both, we will not wake your patience. My heart is sorry for your daughter's death, but on my honor, she was charged with nothing but what was true and very full of proof.
My lord, my lord.
Now, I will not hear you.
No? Come, sister, away. I will be heard.
And shall, or some of us will smart for it.
See, here comes the man we went to seek.
Now, senor, what's news?
Good day, my lord. You are almost come to pass almost afraid.
We had like to have had our two noses snapped off with two old people without teeth.
Shall I speak a word in your ear?
God bless me from a challenge.
You are a villain. I jest not. I will make it good how you dare, with what you dare, and when you dare it. Do me right, or I will protest your cowardice. You have killed a sweet lady, and her death shall fall heavy on you. Fare you well, boy. You know my mind. My lord, for your many courtesies I thank you. I must discontinue your company. Your brother, the bastard, hath fled from Messina. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady. As for my lord Blackbeard there, he and I shall meet, and until then, peace be with him.
He is in earnest.
In most profound earnest. And I'll warrant you, for the love of Beatrice.
And hath challenged thee.
Most sincerely.
Officers, what offense have these men done?
Masters, they have committed false report. Moreover, they have spoken untruths. Secondarily, they are slanders. Sixthly and lastly, they have belied a lady. Thirdly, verified unjust things. And to conclude, they are lying knaves.
Masters, why are you thus bound to your answer? This learned constable is too cunning to be understood.
I have deceived even your very eyes, which your wisdoms could not discover. These shallow fools have brought to light, who overheard me in the night confessing to this woman how your brother, Don John, incensed me to slander the lady hero, how you were brought into the orchard this very night, and saw me court hero in Margaret's garment. Margaret Hero's garments. How you disgraced her when you should have married her. My villainy they have upon record, which I had rather seal with my death than repeat over to my shame. The lady is dead upon mine, for my master's false accusation. And briefly, I desire nothing but the reward of a villain.
Runs this speech not like iron through your blood?
I have drunk poison while he uttered it.
Come, bring away the plaintiffs. By this time, our sexton hath reformed Signor Leonato of the matter. And masters, do not forget to specify, when time and place shall serve, that I am an ass.
Here comes Master Signor Leonato, and the sexton, too.
Which is the villain? Let me see his eyes.
If you would know your honor, look on me.
Art thou the slave that with thy breath hast killed mine innocent child?
Yea, even I alone.
No, not so, villain. Thou beliest thyself. Here stand a pair of honorable men. A third is fled that had a hand in it. I thank you, princes, for my daughter's death. Record it with your high and worthy deeds. 'Twas bravely done, if you bethink you of it.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose your revenge yourself. Impose me to what penance your invention can lay upon my sin. Yet sinned I not, but in mistake.
By my soul, nor I.
I cannot bid you bid my daughter live. That were impossible. But I pray you both, possess the people in Messina here, how innocent she died. And if your love can labor aught in sad invention, hang an epitaph upon her tomb, and sing it to her bones. Sing it tonight. Tomorrow morning, come you into my house, and since you could not be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My sister hath a daughter, almost the copy of my child that's dead, and she alone is heir to both of us. Give her the right you should have given her cousin, and so dies my revenge.
O noble sir, your overkindness doth wring tears from me. I do embrace your offer, and dispose for henceforth of poor Claudio.
Tomorrow morning I will expect your coming. Tonight I take my leave. This naughty man shall face to face be brought to Margaret, whom I believe was packed in all this wrong, hired to it by your brother.
No, by my soul, she was not, nor knew what she did when she spoke to me. But she hath always been just and virtuous in anything that I do. No, by her.
Moreover, sir, which indeed is not under black or white, this plaintiff here, the offender, did call me an ass. Remember that in her punishment. I pray you, examine her upon that point.
I thank thee for thy care and honest pains.
Your worship speaks like a reverend and most thankful youth. I praise God for you.
There's for thy pains.
God save the foundation.
Go, I discharge thee of thy prisoner, and I thank thee.
I leave an errant knave with your worship, which I beseech your worship to correct yourself, for the example of others. God save your worship. I wish your worship well. God restore you to health. I humbly give you leave to depart, and if a merry meeting may be wished, God prohibit it. Amen.
Fare you well, my lords.
Until tomorrow morning, my lords, farewell.
We will not fail. Tonight, I'll mourn with Hero.
Bring you these fellows on. We'll learn we'll talk with Margaret, how her acquaintance grew with this lewd fellow.
Pray thee, sweet Mistress Margaret, deserve what my hands by helping me to the speech of Beatrice.
Will you then write me a sonnet in praise of my beauty?
In so high a style, Margaret, that no man living shall come over it. For, in most comely truth, thou deservest it.
To have no man come over me, why, shall I always keep below stairs?
Thy wit is as quick as the greyhound's mouth. It catches.
And yours as blunt as the fencer's foils, which hit but hurt not.
A most manly wit, Margaret. It will not hurt a woman. And now I pray thee, call Beatrice. I give thee the bucklers.
Give us the swords. We have bucklers of our own.
If you use them, Margaret, you must put in the pikes with the vice, and they are dangerous weapons for maids.
Well, I will call Beatrice to you, who I think hath legs.
And therefore will come. The God of love that sits above and knows me, how pitiful I deserve. Mary, I cannot show in rhyme. I have tried. I can find no rhyme for lady, but baby, an innocent rhyme for scorn, horn, babbling rhyme, and for school fool. A hard rhyme, such ominous endings. No, I was not born under a rhyming planet, or I cannot woo in festival terms. Lady Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I called thee?
Yea, Signor, and depart when you bid me.
Oh, stay but till then.
Then is spoken. Fare you well. And yet, ere I go, let me go with that I came, which is to know what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words, and thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. Therefore I will depart unkissed.
You have frightened the word out of his right sense, so forcible is thy wit. But I must tell thee plainly, Claudio undergoes my challenge, and either I must soon hear from him, or subscribe from the coward. And now I pray thee, tell me for which my bad parts thou first fall in love with me.
For them all together, which maintained so politic a state of evil, that they would admit no good part to intermingle with them. But for which of my good parts did you first suffer love for me?
Suffer love? a good epithet. I do suffer love indeed, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think. Alas, poor heart. If you spite it for my sake, I will spite it for yours. For I will never love that which my friend hates.
You and I are too wise to woo peaceably. Now tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill too.
Serve God, love me and men. There will I leave you two, for here comes one in haste.
Madam, you must come to your uncle. It is proved my lady Hero hath been falsely accused. The prince and Claudio mightily abused. And Don John is the author of all, who is fed and gone. Will you come presently?
Will you go get this news, Signor?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thine eyes. And moreover, I will go with thee to thy uncle's.
Did I not tell you she was innocent?
So are the prince and Claudio, who thus accused her on the air that you heard here debated. But Margaret was in some fault for this, although against her will, as it appears in the true course of all the question.
Well, I am glad that all things work so well.
Well, daughter, and you gentlewomen all, withdraw into a chamber by yourselves, and when I send for you, come hither masked. The prince and Claudio promised by this hour to visit me. You know your office, sister. You must be mother to your brother's daughter and give her to young Claudio.
Which I will do with confirmed countenance.
Friar, I must entreat your pains, I think.
To do what, Signor?
To bind me or undo me, one of them. Old Signor, truth it is, good Signor, your niece regards me with an eye of favor.
The sight whereof I think you had from me, Claudio, and the prince. But what's your will?
May it stand with ours this day to be conjoined in the state of honorable marriage, for which, friar, I would desire your help.
Here comes the prince and Claudio.
Good morrow to this fair assembly.
Good morrow, prince. Good morrow, Claudio. We here attend you. Call her forth, sister. Here's the friar ready.
Which is the lady I must seize upon?
This same is she, and I do give you her.
Sweet, let me see your face.
No, that you shall not, till you take her hand by this friar and swear to marry her.
Give me your hand. before this holy friar, I am your husband, if you like of me.
And when I lived, I was your other wife. And when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero!
Nothing certainer. One here died defiled, but I do live. And surely, as I live, I am amazed.
The former hero that is dead.
She died, my lord, but whilst her slander lived.
All this amazement can I qualify. When after that the holy rites are ended, I'll tell you largely a fair hero's death. In the meantime, let wonder seem familiar, and to the chapel let us present.
Soft and fair, friar. Which is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Do not you love me?
Why, no. No more than reason.
Why can your uncle and the prince and Claudio be deceived? They swore that you did.
Well, do you not love me?
Troth, no. No more than reason.
Why, then my cousin Margaret and Ursula are much deceived, for they did swear you did.
They swore you almost sick for me.
They swore you were well nigh dead for me.
'Tis no such matter. Then you do not love me?
No, but in friendly recompense.
Come, cousin, I'm sure you love the gentleman.
And I'll be sworn upon that he does. For here is a paper written in his hand, all to the sonnet of his own pure brain, fashioned to Beatrice.
And here's another, written in my cousin's hand, stolen from her pocket, containing her affection unto Benedict.
A miracle. Here's our hands against our hearts. Come, I will have thee. By this light, I take thee for pity.
I would not deny you, but by this good day I yield upon great persuasion, and partly to save your life, for I was told you were in a consumption.
Please, I will stop your mouth.
How dost thou, Benedict, the married man?
I'll tell you what. The College of Wit Crackers cannot flout me out of my humor. Dost thou think I care for satire or an epigram? No. In brief, since I do purpose to marry, I will think nothing to any purpose that the world can say against it. Therefore, never flout me for what I have said against it. For man is a giddy thing, and this is my conclusion. As for thy, Claudio, I did think to have beaten thee, but since thou art like to be my kinsman, live unbruised, and love my cousin. Come, we are friends. Let's have a dance ere we are married, to lighten our hearts and our wives' heels.
We'll have dancing afterward.
First of my word, therefore play, music. Prince, thou art sad. Get thee a wife. Get thee a wife.
Your brother John is taking a flight and brought with armed men back to Messina.
Think not on him until tomorrow, my lord. I will devise thee grave punishments for him. Therefore play, music.
Watchmen! You know me, I'm the best guy on the no kidding. So we wanted to thank a few people for who did all this. First one was Anna Karosik. She did a lot. We couldn't have done it. Second was Audrey Grissom. Who basically rewrote Shakespeare and made it look like this. So, pretty well. Shelby Grissom.